Welcome to Release Readiness Live. I'm Ella Marks. I'm on the admin relations team here at Salesforce, and I'm your host for today's broadcast. We're broadcasting from our home studios all this week to share some new features in the Spring 21 release. After our product team shares the highlights, we'll spend some time taking questions on the air. We'll be monitoring both the Release Readiness Trailblazer community and Twitter, so post your questions as soon as you can and use the hashtag SalesforceLive. I recommend posting your longer, more detailed questions in the community where the conversation can continue after the webcast. If we don't get to your question on the air, we'll be sure to follow up with you within a few days. All of our webcasts will be available on the Salesforce Live website for later viewing. Since we may be covering the roadmap, we'll be making some forward-looking statements, so please make your purchasing decisions based on currently available functionality. Now, let's get started with Marketing Cloud and meet our product managers.
Thank you, Ella. Hello out there. My name is Jen Mavis, and I am a senior product manager at Salesforce Marketing Cloud. I have a brand new chat messaging feature that I want to share with you today called WhatsApp Chat Messaging. So let's just jump right in.
In our increasingly global world, it's more essential than ever that you're able to reach your customers around the world. However, there may be increased costs incurred with international messaging. WhatsApp, a chat messaging app, has 2 billion users worldwide and is becoming the channel of choice for businesses around the world. Marketing Cloud has not only made it easy for you to communicate using WhatsApp, we've also streamlined the setup and onboarding experience, and incorporated features like keyword detection to help you personalize and enrich the omnichannel experience. Let's click over to Marketing Cloud to see how it works. Integrating with WhatsApp has its own challenges and typically requires someone with local expertise. But getting started with WhatsApp messages is easier than ever with App Exchange. After downloading the Chat Messaging Setup app using App Exchange, you can start your onboarding by selecting the app in the App Exchange dropdown. In the app, follow the on-screen guidance to create your WhatsApp account by linking it to your Facebook Messenger business account, and add the channels you want to use to communicate with your users. Once your channels and account are approved, you can start configuring your messaging. There are 2 types of messages you can use with WhatsApp: template messages and session messages. Let's start with template messages. Template messages are event-based transactional messages, such as shipping notifications and order updates, or even travel notifications, such as sending a boarding pass. You can create these messages using a WhatsApp template. The content in the template needs to be approved by the WhatsApp team before you send your messages. Once your channel and messages have been created, you can personalize your messages through Content Builder. Let's personalize a template message for a shipping notification. Click the Create button in Content Builder and navigate to WhatsApp. Now, select your approved template message and fill the variables with the AMP script or personalization strings. Once the template message has been personalized, the next thing we want to do is include this message in a journey so that we can reach the right user at the right time. In Journey Builder, I'll click to create a new multi-step journey. I'll go ahead and select Data Extension as my entry source, and click Configure to select the data extension that I have already set up with my shipping notification audience. Next, I will select the WhatsApp activity and drag it onto the canvas, then open it. First, let's select the template message that I created for shipping notifications from the list. Next, I will select the channel that I configured in Setup. Your account can have one or many channels depending on how you want your messaging to appear to your users. For the mobile number, I will also select from the drop-down the field that holds the mobile phone value in my data extension. Once my activity is configured, shipment information will be sent to my users when I activate the journey. Now that we've mastered template messages, let's talk about session messages. Session messages provide an opportunity to create two-way communications with your customers. This is a great way to collect personalization details or even conduct some product discovery. Session messages are automated responses to user-initiated conversations. In Content Builder, I'll click to create new content by selecting Session Messages from the dropdown. I want to send users a welcome message when they come to my channel. Because these messages are user-initiated, they don't need pre-approval from WhatsApp. Now that my content is ready, I'll hop back over to Journey Builder to send it. I'll create another multi-step journey, but this time, because session messages are sent after a user message is received, I will select the inbound chat listener as my entry source. This entry source will listen for any messages that come into my channel. I'll click into the inbound chat entry source to configure it and select the channel. There are many ways users can come to my channel, including through a WhatsApp link sent via SMS, email, or through a QR code in-store or on advertisements. Next, I need to define the keywords I want to use to catch and send responses. I'll use hello and hi. This way, whoever comes to my WhatsApp channel and types hi or hello will automatically receive the pre-created welcome message, ensuring a rich and engaging experience. Next, I'll drag the new WhatsApp activity over and click into it to select the session message that I created in Content Builder. And once my message is selected, I will select the appropriate WhatsApp channel for my welcome message. Now that I have my first message configured, I can also add a wait until response step. This is amazing because, as you can see, it allows me to branch the journey based on the response keywords that I receive. I can add different keywords here to manage the responses that I receive from my customers. I will also have an invalid response path and a path if no response is received. For each keyword response path, I can drag over a different activity. I could add a WhatsApp activity for the first response, but maybe I want to send an email for this other one. Don't forget to keep your conversations simple and straightforward to best capture user details and easily navigate them to your website if needed.
Well, that is going to wrap up chat messaging for me today. And I'm going to turn it over to you, Rashmi.
Thank you, Jen. My name is Rashmi Singh, and I'm a product manager at Salesforce Marketing Cloud. I'm excited to be here today to talk to you more about AMP for email support in Marketing Cloud. AMP is an open source framework that allows marketers to send more interactive and dynamic emails. At a high level, it allows subscriber interaction directly in the inbox and real-time data at email open time. We see support for AMP for email as a continuation of our support for interactivity overall, and a way to send interactive elements in addition to the email form block that we launched last year. To fully understand the power for AMP for email, it's best to experience it from a subscriber's perspective. So I'm here in my inbox. I've received this message from NTO, and in this email, they've included the interactive image carousel. With something as straightforward as a carousel, subscribers can easily browse through and view different products all within the inbox and engage in new ways. Let's see another AMP example in my inbox, but this time let's bring in real-time data into the mix. Here you can see NTO is following up with me after purchasing a bike, and with the power for AMP, it's providing an option for in-email appointment scheduling. It gives me the options to come in and have them help assemble it. The email is using real-time data to show me not only the times that are actively available, while also making it interactive, allowing me to schedule without having to leave my inbox. Isn't that cool? So all this is exciting from a subscriber experience. What does it look like inside of Marketing Cloud for you to build AMP emails? So here I am inside of Content Builder. You can select HTML plus AMP or template plus AMP option as your starting point to create an AMP email. Once you are in the editor, you can see a few different places to get more information regarding AMP and how to be set up for success. What you'll see when editing the different options is HTML, plain text, and now the new option AMP MIME type. Note that there is only one subject line across HTML, plain text, and AMP. An AMP email also needs an HTML fallback, so make sure you add that to your email. Now, with your email ready, let's see what the different versions of the email look like in preview and test. Here you can see what an AMP version looks like for a subscriber, as well as the fallback HTML. We can also go a step further and do a test send. Isn't that great? You've seen engaging subscriber experience and the way marketer and developer can work together to send an interactive real-time email. We're excited to see this functionality make our inboxes a more enjoyable space. That's all from me today. With that, I'll pass it over to Pam now.
Thanks, Rashmi. I'm Pam Walquist, and today I'm excited to showcase the new enhancements for Customer 360 audiences coming in our February 2021 release. These enhancements help enrich and deepen the unified profile, giving you a richer single source of truth so that you can give customers the personalized experiences they love. Let's get started. I'll begin on the Customer 360 Audiences homepage. I can see the latest data streams, the latest segments, as well as the latest activations. The homepage is a familiar interface as it is built on the Salesforce Lightning platform. Next, I'll navigate to the Data Streams tab as we've added new data sources in this release. Besides being able to ingest Marketing Cloud data, Sales CRM data, as well as data files via an S3 bucket, you can now ingest profile and event level data from owned and operated web properties, mobile applications, and advertising engagement via our new Web Tag Mobile SDK feature. In addition, the industries team will be launching a new loyalty cloud with our CDP as the data platform. This allows for seamless integration to loyalty cloud data, like membership points and loyalty engagement levels. These additional data sources allow marketers to enrich the unified profile in our CDP with these new attributes. This ultimately helps marketers better understand their customers' interactions with their brand across multiple channels. For the purpose of this demo, I'll add loyalty data to the system. Next, to make this data available for insights and audience segmentation, I need to map the data to the cloud information model. Loyalty data is data about a person, so I can use the individual object from the data model. The Loyalty Cloud bundle includes predefined standard core objects, mappings, and relationships to satisfy target use cases, but custom Salesforce objects can be created as well. This account is already set up to use identity resolution based on exact match for individuals, which will reconcile the data to unified profiles. Let's move on to segmentation using these unified profiles. I am going to create a segment called Highly Engaged Loyal Hikers using the newly added loyalty data as well as other attributes. I want to target customers who are high value, loyal to my Northern Trail Outfitters brand, and have recently shown interest in NTO's hiking gear. NTO has a promotional offer to announce on their new hiking merchandise. As I begin setting up the segment rules, I can use loyalty data to bring in loyalty tier members at the gold level, and use engagement attributes from NTO's mobile app to bring over customers that have high clicks on our hiking products over the last 30 days. Finally, I want to target high-value customers who have spent more than $500 in the last year on NTO hiking gear. I can do this with our new Calculated Insights feature, which allows me to build and calculate multidimensional metrics and use them in segment rules. We'll use a calculated insight called spend value that has already been created to total customer purchases, with dimensions to slice the data by purchase date and product category. Here, we set it equal to purchases made in the last year on hiking products. Now, let's refresh the population count of unified profiles to determine if I have the desired reach for my segment. I'm ready to activate the segment and can do so across a diverse set of systems, from advertising, messaging, commerce, and personalization. Let's activate this segment to Marketing Cloud's Journey Builder and create a journey for these customers to receive a personalized email about our new hiking gear. But it doesn't stop there. A few days later, one of these customers calls into NTO's customer service, and our service agent opens Service Cloud. We can use our new real-time unified profile API to access a 360-degree view of the customer, along with associated calculated insights. We can bring together information like their spend by category and other profile-related data like their loyalty status and their engagement by channel. This profile view can easily be built using custom Lightning components. The customer service agent now has further insights to better help the customer and can recommend future products to them based on their previous engagement and purchase behaviors. That's it for me. Now let's hand it over to Will.
Thanks, Pam. Hi, everyone. My name is Will Kolbus, and I'm a senior product manager here at Salesforce Marketing Cloud. I'm one of a handful of product managers that look over our Marketing Cloud Einstein features. And today, I'm so excited to introduce you to two of our new members of our family, the Einstein Learning Center and Einstein Engagement Scores for Mobile Push. We'll start with the Learning Center, touch on mobile engagement scores, and finally take a look at both live. Here we go. Here at Salesforce, we understand that we throw a lot at you. 3 or more times a year, we release new features, functionality, tools, workflows, and more, and Marketing Cloud Einstein is no exception. Artificial intelligence and machine learning is still pretty new, rapidly evolving, and broad. It can be overwhelming. And for you marketers out there, we know that introducing new and cutting-edge features into existing workflows on top of everything else you do isn't easy, no matter how exciting the feature is, which is why we're introducing the Einstein Learning Center. Learning Center is an interactive, educational, use case-driven portal that ties Einstein applications and features directly to real marketing KPIs. It's embedded directly into the Einstein overview, which brings all of Marketing Cloud Einstein's applications together on a single pane of glass. Plus, we make it super easy to find the resources and expertise you need to light up new functionality. Next, let's take a look at what's new in the world of Einstein engagement scores. In general, Einstein engagement scores use data and machine learning to predict how likely each of your customers is to engage with you. You can then use these predictions when segmenting audiences, refining journeys, personalizing content, and more. As of the October 2020 release, Einstein will now provide engagement scores for mobile engagement with push messages. Not only can you unearth insights on your mobile audience, you can turn these insights into actions by creating audiences, targeting persona segments, splitting paths in Journey Builder, and personalizing content based on predicted engagement for mobile push messages, all at scale. Let's take a look at Einstein Learning Center in action. If you've used Marketing Cloud before, then you'll be familiar with this homepage. Einstein Learning Center can be found by hovering over Einstein and selecting Einstein Overview. Starting in the January 2021 release, Einstein Learning Center will now be front and center within Overview. Learning Center contains a collection of use case cards. Each card relates to one of the many features within the Marketing Cloud Einstein portfolio. Selecting a card explores the primary business driver behind the use case, high-level implementation guidance, and links to relevant external documentation. We also link you directly to our Idea Exchange and our Trailblazer community, so you can engage, collaborate, and share ideas with other marketing experts. To see Einstein engagement scores, simply open the app, which you can do directly from Overview. Select Mobile Push on the Overview card to see a summary of your audience engagement for individual apps, or select Go to Engagement Scoring to review deeper insights and analytics. And that, friends, is Einstein Learning Center and engagement scoring for mobile push. Let's hear from Hemi now to talk about Datorama reports for marketing. Thanks for your time and stay healthy out there.
Thanks, Will. Hi, everyone. My name is Hemi, and I'm a senior product manager at Salesforce Datorama. I joined Salesforce almost 2 years ago, bringing with me around 15 years of experience in the software industry. And in particular, I've specialized in building different analytics products. During the last year, I've been leading the new Datorama reports for Marketing Cloud, and I'm super excited and proud to tell you all about that. All right, let's get started. For those of you that are unfamiliar with Datorama, I'd like to start by giving a quick introduction. Datorama is the analytics layer within Marketing Cloud, helping marketers connect and unify all their marketing data, no matter the complexity and scale, across any source into a single view, enabling cross-channel marketing intelligence, easy data visualization, and actionable insights. To access the full Datorama platform, you'll need to purchase a Datorama license. However, today I'm excited to share that with the new Datorama reports for Marketing Cloud email and journey customers with the corporate or enterprise editions will now have access to embedded reporting within their Marketing Cloud instance at no additional cost. With this feature, marketers are getting the best of both worlds with Datorama working behind the scenes to power intelligence and analytics for email and journeys. Datorama Reports offers 3 main tools that enable you to generate, view, and share a detailed analysis of your messaging and journey campaign level data. First, we have out-of-the-box interactive dashboards, which are an easy and powerful tool to visualize, analyze, and filter your data. Next, pivot tables allow you to explore your data and create customized reports that organize, summarize, and slice your data. And finally, we have shared reports, which enable you to schedule and share reports via Excel, CSV, or PDF formats using different delivery methods such as email, FTP, Google, Amazon, and so on. Now, let's take a look at the demo. Welcome to the Datorama Reports for Marketing Cloud demo. Here we are at the Marketing Cloud homepage. You can access the Datorama reports directly from the Analytics Builder menu. Once your account is provisioned with this feature, you'll see the option to select the Datorama reports. Corporate and enterprise customers will start being provisioned with Marketing Cloud's February release on a rolling schedule. Contact your account representative to learn more about your provisioning date. Your reports will be set up automatically so you can start analyzing your email and journey campaign level data. Please note that it may take up to 48 hours to generate your reports for the first time. As mentioned earlier, there are 3 ways you can explore and interact with your data: dashboards, pivot tables, and scheduled reports. Let's start with the dashboards module. Here, you can find 5 predefined, out-of-the-box visual dashboards of your email and journey data. This allows you to easily visualize your data so you can gain valuable insights and quickly identify any trends or anomalies. For example, the email engagement dashboard provides you with a high-level analysis of your campaign engagement KPIs, such as opens, clicks, and unsubscribes. All the dashboards can be filtered so you can focus your data on the information most relevant to you. For example, you can filter a dashboard by a specific date range, business unit, or a campaign. You also have interactive filters throughout the dashboard, allowing you to zoom in on the data you are interested in. For example, in the engagement timeline widget, you can select a specific measurement, such as the open rate and click rate, and see how they behave over time. You can further break down your KPIs, for example, by email domain or day of the week. You can also export the dashboard locally, making these easily shareable and consumable across your organization, or you can create a scheduled export, which creates a report that can run according to a specific frequency. We will review this in more details later on. Now let's head over to the pivot table module. Here you can explore your data and create your custom views using pivot tables. To start a new analysis, click on the Create Pivot Table button. For example, in order to display the top-performing emails by name and subject, start by picking your email name and email subject dimensions, and then the measurements you'd like to explore. For this example, we'll choose the open rate and click to open rate. Click Apply, sort, and that's it. Next, you can name your pivot table and save it for future use. Now let's reopen our pivot table to check out the export options. As you can see, you can export it locally, or you can choose the scheduled export option, which creates a report that can run according to a specific frequency. Once you initiate this process, you are directed to the Reports tab, and a new report is being created for you. Scheduled reports are an easy way to retrieve, view, and share a detailed analysis of your data. Here you can see, based on your pivot table, the report's details have been defined for you. For example, the name, format, and time period. If you want to change the dimensions and measurements of your report, you can do that here as well. Remember, you exported the pivot table to a report, so all the dimensions and measurements were transferred. If you are creating the report from scratch, you'll need to define the report configuration as well. Finally, under the report scheduling, you can define the frequency and delivery method for this report. We can choose from a different delivery method, such as email, FTP, Google, and more. For example, let's choose email. Type in the email recipient, and that's it. As you can see, the Datorama Reports for Marketing Cloud provides all the necessary tools you need to explore and analyze your email and journey campaign level data. For more information about the Datorama Reports for Marketing Cloud, check out our documentation in the Salesforce help. Now it's time to answer all your questions. So I'll turn things back to our host, Ella. Thank you, everyone.
Welcome to the live Q&A portion of our broadcast. We have one additional expert who's going to be joining us for today's broadcast. Svete, I'll pass it to you to share a brief introduction.
Thank you, Ellen. Hi, everyone. My name is Svete Gornenska, and I'm filling in for Hemi Shuvali today. I'm a training specialist at Datorama, and I've been working on the Datorama reports, and I'm looking forward to hearing all your questions.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us today, Svete. To everybody out there, if you haven't asked a question yet, you can still post your questions. Go to the Release Readiness Trailblazer community or on Twitter and use the hashtag Salesforce Live. We have some questions here, so let's dive in. My first questions are going to be for Jen. Are you ready, Jen?
Yeah, let's go.
Awesome. The first question is, what analytics data will be available for my WhatsApp message sends?
Good question. So you will see the total number of messages sent, open rates, and failures in the Journey Builder analytics. And in addition to that, you'll be able to run data extracts in Automation Studio for your contact level send logs, inbound messages that you receive to your channel, and bounced contact information. And then, of course, you can import them into a data extension and use them for your reporting purposes.
Great. Thank you. We'll keep you in the hot seat here for a minute with another question.
Okay.
How can I encourage customers to create a conversation with my channel?
Sure. So you can send your customers an SMS message or email messages to invite them into your WhatsApp channel. Another way is to post a QR code of your WhatsApp channel inside your store so that your customers can then use their phone and scan that QR code and begin a conversation. Super easy.
Great. And my final question for you in this round, should I bring my own number to integrate with WhatsApp?
No, you don't have to. Our integration partner, Cinch, can provide you with new numbers while you're creating your WhatsApp channels. But if you wanted to bring your own number, you could.
Thanks so much, Jen. Rashmi, we'll move to you next. My first question is, can I subscriber preview AMP emails?
Yes, you can subscriber preview AMP emails in preview and test. You can also do a test send from preview and test for an AMP email, similar to your HTML emails.
Awesome. And can I use AMP with Marketing Cloud scripting languages?
Yes, you can use AMP with Marketing Cloud scripting languages like MScript and GTL. Our help documentation covers the list of best practices that you need to follow when you do that.
Love those best practices. So make sure to check out that help documentation if you have that question. And my final question for you this round is, what editions receive AMP for email feature?
All of our customers in Pro, Corporate, and Enterprise editions receive AMP for email. It will by default turn on their account starting February 22nd, and they'll have access to it.
Great. Thanks so much for being the next one in our hot seat here.
No
Will,
problem.
some questions for you next. The first one is about Learning Center. So which editions is Learning Center available for?
Great question. So Learning Center is part of our Einstein overview feature, which is available for all of our Marketing Cloud customers who have access to Einstein. You'll want to check with your account executive to make sure you've signed the terms necessary to use Einstein, but it's available for all.
Great. We love to hear that. Our next few questions are about Einstein engagement scoring. So how does Einstein identify and model a mobile use?
This is another great question. So we use the subscriber key, which you may see referred to as the contact key within Marketing Cloud, in addition to the mobile app ID. So that ensures that it's unique on a user and application basis.
Great. Thank you. And just want to remind everyone again, we're looking for your questions here on social and the Trailblazer community. So make sure to keep posting those with that hashtag Salesforce Live. For our next question on EES, is EES Mobile's data available in a data extension?
Yes. So while we love Journey Builder, it is not exclusive to Journey Builder. So you can get access to that information just like you do for engagement scoring for email.
Great. And final question, I have multiple mobile push apps. Can I test on just one?
Absolutely. So this is enabled on an app by app basis. So you can start with one app, get a good feel for it, and then onboard additional apps as you see fit.
Great. Thanks so much, Will.
Thank you.
Pam, I have some questions for you up next. Great. So the first question is about Profile API. Is it only tied to the unified profile?
So the Profile API does include the unified profile, but it also provides other profile attributes and other profile related data, anything that is of type other in your data model, such as contact points. All of that information would be available in the Profile API.
Great. Thank you. The next question is about its Web Mobile SDK. Can these tags be used to capture campaign metrics?
So the Web SDK tags are primarily for capturing user demographic and engagement data. So no, you wouldn't see campaign metrics via the Web Mobile SDK.
And follow-up question about SDK. So can web tags capture data from the data layer of my site?
Yes, you absolutely can use the Web SDK to capture any data elements that are on your site's data layer.
Great. And pivoting to calculated insights for a minute, how many measures can a single calculated insight have?
So one calculated insight can have up to 5 metrics. So a metric could be like lifetime value or most recent purchase category. So you can have up to 5 in one calculated insight, and then you can add any other dimensions as well to slice and dice. And you can add more than one calculated insight, but 5 metrics would be in one.
Great. Thank you so much, Pam. Svete, I have some Datorama questions here for you. When activating Datorama reports for existing customers, how much of their existing data will be available?
So that's a great question. Existing customers will have 3 months worth of historical data when the feature becomes available to them. However, if that poses an issue for any customer, Discover will still be available to them for a limited amount of time. The product team is always open for discussion. So in case you want to discuss any specific customers, you're more than welcome to do so.
Great. Thank you. The next question I have here for you is, does Datorama pull any personally identifiable information, such as email addresses?
So we don't pull any personally identifiable information. So no email, no names, nothing like that. We only pull internal subscriber keys. So any personally identifiable information outside of that is excluded from the solution, as it's not really required for any of its functionalities.
Great. Thank you. And final question for you is, how often does the data shown in the dashboards get refreshed?
At the moment, dashboards are updated every 24 hours, and it's on the top of our priority list for the next releases to reduce that data lag and refresh reports and dashboards on an hourly basis.
Great, thank you. I'm scanning for our final questions from our community and on Twitter right now. As I'm doing that, I want to go around and see, are there any kind of resources that you all would highlight if folks want to learn more about this release? Maybe we'll start with you.
So I'll say in general, for any Marketing Cloud Einstein related feature, our help and training documentation is going to be your go-to space. And we do have a pretty robust collection of Trailhead Live videos that are all available for you to go and look and go pretty deep into the features beyond kind of just the why and the what.
Great. Does anyone else have any resources that they would like to add?
Yes, for AMP, you can definitely leverage, as Will said, help documentation and Trailhead Live sessions. We do have Trailhead Live sessions planned this month, so don't forget attending them. We have a couple of webinars coming up this month, so watch out for them. We also have some sample galleries to get you started with AMP emails, so make sure to check those out as well.
Great. Love the Trailhead Live love. Those are great sessions, great opportunity to connect with experts and ask your questions.
For sure.
Yeah. Svete, Pam, or Jen, anything else?
Same goes for Datorama reports. Of course, the help and documentation is quite robust. It's been a collaboration between Marketing Cloud and Datorama experts. So a lot of really good information on there. And there is also a Trailhead module being in the works right now. So stay tuned for that coming out soon.
And I will second that help and training documentation. And I know there is some additional Trailhead stuff coming. It's all planned now. More details coming soon.
And for C360A, specifically in the help documentation, you can also look for a playbook guide that gives you examples on all kinds of different segmentation filters that you can use with some of the new data that we talked about in this release. So for example, the loyalty integration that we talked about for this release, you can go to that playbook and get some different examples of how that data can be used in some of your segmentation filters. And that's in the help and documentation as well.
Awesome. Love hearing about all of those resources that folks can really dig into for more information. So thank you all for sharing those. And thanks for joining us today, both to our product experts and to all the folks who are tuning in. If you do still have a question and we didn't get to it live today, don't worry. If you post it, we can still follow up with you within the next few days. Just a reminder, all of our webcasts will be available on the Salesforce Live website for later viewing. Please come back and join us here again later today for Pardot highlights for the Spring 21 release. Grab a coffee, grab a snack. I know that's what I'm going to do. So we'll see you back here in just about an hour for those Pardot highlights. And I can't wait to see how you're using these new features to innovate. So let's keep the conversation going in the release readiness community, where all Trailblazers meet to be release ready. Thanks so much, everyone. And we'll see you next time on Release Readiness Live.